All right, welcome back to the channel. I want to make one more video before class. I got two classes today, but I wanted to give you a brief beginner lesson on the bow staff. And I'm going to show you kind of what I do for my students. This bow staff is going to be my primary weapon to teach all my color belt students from white belt up to recommended black belt. They are going to be learning the bow staff. This is their weapon. And we do have a couple different forms that we have them go through for each of the block systems. So let's get right into this. So this is the bow staff, and to measure bow staffs, if you're interested in bow staffs, what you want to do is you want to have it at least your height or higher. I think this is about a 6.5 foot. I'm about 5'9", so 6.5 feet, maybe 6 foot bow staff. This is a very expensive bow staff. I mentioned this in a previous video that you'll see. This one's coming out today, but you'll see the next one here in the next few days. But this is a bow staff. I bought this one years ago. It was very, very expensive. This is a competition, and it's actually real bamboo. So this is a real bow staff. But not all of my students can afford $300 bow staff, and I just didn't want that all my students. I just didn't want to tell them like, okay, you have to get a bow staff. I mean, you have to buy one. Here it is. I wanted to make it very easy and very affordable for all of my students. So this is what I did. Let me turn the camera around here. And if you'll see, right in the corner here, I got a bunch of bamboo bow staffs right there. They're in a box so they don't slide around on my floor there. And the holder works very well, just as an old trash can that I have around. So what I did is, on Amazon, you can buy a pack of, I think, 12 bamboo staffs for gardening. So you put them in the ground, and then for gardening, the vines and stuff can wrap around these bamboo poles, so you can make your garden nice and pretty and all that. But what I do is, on Amazon, I think for like $10, you can get a whole pack of these, 10 to 12. And what I do is I just cut them off different lengths for, you know, my moogies, and then juniors, and then adults. And so, and it works. They were less than $10, so I can buy, you know, a pack of them every time I get new students in. Right now, I will probably just have these just for the studio, because I've tried selling them, and the kids just don't want to pack them back and forth home to the studio. So I get that. So I was like, well, I'll just keep them here for now. Just go grab your weapons, come out on the floor, and then, you know, we'll just learn them. So at least I have them here for the students. There. Once students get their black belt, then they have an option for a couple other weapons. I have the katana that I personally train with, and that is my weapon for belt rank and testings and competition if I want it, but I don't know if I want to do competitions quite yet. And then we have the katana, we have the fan, which I don't have that weapon here with me, so they can do that. And then the bow staff, so they can stick with the bow staff if they want to. Now, I like the bow staff because I think this is the most hidden weapon that we can still use and walk around with, and no one's going to really question us about it. Okay, so what do I mean by that? This is a good walking stick. So I would still use a walking stick going up in the mountains, you know, hiking. shoot, you can just still walk around with a walking stick in town. I mean, you know, if you have a katana on your belt, you know, a fan, you can probably get away with it, but that's more of a unique weapon than an actual weapon that you would want to use and stuff. But this is the only weapon that I could see you can use for self-defense on the street and in the mountains. So let me tell you about what I mean by if you're hiking in the mountains and you get confronted with mountain lion, bear, coyotes, whatever it is, and you're not packing, and you decide not to pack, but you still want to defend yourself. This bow staff is a very good weapon to keep things at bay. And if you've seen some of the bow staffs, they actually have a metal point to dig in the ground so you get better traction. And you can use that really well to keep predators at bay as you're trying to get out of the situation with that point. Or you can just carve a branch off a tree, making it a point. So this weapon, now, the more I'm messing with it, because I've never messed with it before, but I'm kind of doing it now, this is a really neat weapon to have. Okay, so now let's move on to the type of the two techniques for the bow staff. So there is called a mid-range bow staff style, and then there is a long-range bow staff style. We do the mid-range bow staff style. So what mid-range bow staff style means is we use both ends of the stick or of the bow staff. So this end is part of the weapon. This end is part of the weapon, and then of course our blocking is part of the weapon as well. So we can block and strike with three ends of the bow staff. This middle part would just be for more blocking, but then you can come up, crack something up in the nose, so that can actually be used as part of the weapon as well. So three parts can be used. With the long-range bow staff, we're using it more as like a baseball bat, things like this, strike this way. But right now the mid-range is both ends and very flowery, round, figure eights, all that kind of stuff. So let me show you how we present the weapon here. So something very basic. So go ahead and you can mirror me like this. So palms are going to be right here. So palm down, just grip it here. We're not going to be having a palm up. So this is just going to be both palm down, and we're not going to need to switch grips at any time when we're learning this, okay? Now, we're going to have our arms about shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit longer, a little bit out more past the shoulders, just to get a little bit more reach, so we have a better connection to our hip. And then we can actually stretch this arm out so we can get the best leverage and the best strength of the weapon. So bring it out a tiny bit more this way, but here's how we present it. So what we're going to do is, this is going to be your right hand, this is going to be your left hand in the mirror, right? So you're going to let go of the left hand, and so see all this, now you have a longer end and then a shorter end where your hand is, right? So now what you're going to do is just going to drop that long end down here, okay? Now you want it to your right side, okay? So palm is now kind of off to the side, your thumb is down. Now what you're going to do is just going to flip it up on the back of your shoulder, okay? Now if you see my fingers, my hand is a little, like I don't have the grip, but I'm pinching it with my thumb and index finger. And then the other 3 fingers are just kind of hanging out for right now, right? Okay, so when you present your chariot, your Kanye, your GTMA, and if you can look down here, I have enough space down at the ground so I can actually walk with it, and I'm not hitting the ground with it. The longer part is up further, so everything is out of the way. It's a good way to walk with it, going to ring, on the floor for testing, in and out, things like that. So now all you need to do is when you present your weapon is now you're just going to do the same thing but just backwards. You're going to drop the big end down. So now we're in that same spot, thumb down, fingers here, and then just bring it up, grab a hold of it again, bring it to your chest, step out, and then present. And that's your Chumbi position right here. Okay, so here, Chumbi, sir. And that's as simple as it is right there, okay? So I hope you got some good information here. Comment down below if you have any other suggestions or if this is a good video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, guys, train hard, train smart, and I'll see you then.